Good evening. My name is Reina Cubas. I am a student here at CDU pursuing my RN BSN. I am a single mom and I have two dogs. I will be speaking on global warming and its effects on marginalized people. Global warming affects the Earth's atmosphere, pretty much caused by human activity. Marginalized communities are low income, indigenous, and racialized populations. A brief history. The ancient Greek documented climate discussions. In 1896, Svante Arrhenius first proposed that humanity could change climate on a global scale. In the 1950s, studies highlighted climate change as a potential threat, and in the 1990s, scientists deemed action by fossil fuel opposed. Who is at increased risk? Black people, Hispanic people, and travel lands. 40% of Black people live in areas with the highest increase in extreme temperature. Hispanic people, 21% live in the hottest parts of the city and closer to refineries, for example, Wilmington and Harbor City. And travel lands are being washed away by coastal erosion. Who is at increased risk as well? People with disabilities. People with disabilities represent the only marginalized group that anyone may become a member of it at any time. One of my classmates did speak on this in another class where she actually um, realized that all of us are just one accident away to become a person of disability. Racial disparity includes inequality distribution of resources, policy and governance, and in the US air pollution. Policy and governance includes tax and social spending policies that can either mitigate or worsen inequality. And when it comes to air pollution, marginalized communities live near industrial sites, which cause a higher rates of asthma and respiratory disease. Again, um, the city of Wilmington, I have done several home visits to this area, visiting my patients, and I can see how close the trucks are parked and drive by in front of their homes, and all those refinery are right there. People do live right across these places, and my patients do have higher asthma attacks, and they end up in the ERs with respiratory problems a lot more often than us that live farther down from these refineries and industrial sites. Also, marginalized people have inequality distribution of resources. We can see here the Yawea indigenous people carrying their water supplies. They are located in the Amazon. Global warming has a mental health impact as well. Global warming intersects with child development, parental health, and increases rates of depression. Extreme heat is more likely to trigger anger and irritability than extreme cold in most people. High temperatures can increase stress hormones like cortisol, disrupt sleep, and reduce patience, often leading to a higher like likelihood of aggressive or frustrated behavior. Global warming also affects the mental health of mothers. We worry about the economic impact of extreme weather and the high cost of air conditioning to keep children safe during heat waves, which at the same time is very um, paradoxical, paradoxical because when it's really hot, you have to put in the AC in order to cool off, But by doing this, we also are contributing to global warming at the same time. Climate change is a matter of life and death. 3 out of 4 people living in poverty rely on agriculture and natural resources to survive. And this is not just here in the United States, but everywhere in the world where people have to work the land, but due to floods and hurricanes and fires, they don't the harvest takes longer. The earth takes longer to heal, therefore they go hungry longer as well. Global warming and hunger. Like I said before, it is hard to produce food. Food prices increases, therefore it becomes more limited. Undernutrition is the largest health impact. Because of global warming, people are forced to migrate. Therefore, they become climate refugees. They're not necessarily political refugees, but climate refugees. They have to move out of, if they live by the ocean, they have to move out of the ocean or coastal lands where they lived for many years, for example, in Alaska, and they have to move to mainland or move into inner cities. And they become refugees because they're not familiar with how that particular city might work. Let's make a difference. Let's look into environmental justice principles. With this, we can achieve the highest attainable environmental quality and health outcomes for all people. Let's adopt a racial justice lens. Let's engage in communities meaningfully. Be transparent, and let's be all accountable as well. Let's also take small steps to minimize global warming on our behalf. Let's practice mindful disinfecting. We don't need to clean that table 10 times. Let's recycle responsibly. Let's ask our pharmacy suppliers to use small pill containers. I have noticed that sometimes pills, small little pills, come in containers that are about 3 or 4 inches long with probably 10 pills. And once the patient is done with those 10 pills, that particular small plastic will end up in the trash, will end up in the landfill. And it takes millions of years for that plastic to decompose, if ever. We also can cutting waste in the transportation industry, which helps to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and save money too. Let's repair broken items around the house instead of replacing them. Or let's donate them. It is better for our wallet and for the planet as well. Let's buy secondhand. Let's stop buying fast fashion, which is really damaging the earth. We all like Shein and not Temu perhaps, but all that clothes will only end up in the landfill. Let's take action at home in our business as well. Let's save water, shall we? And here's a few steps of how to do that. Let's wash our fruits and vegetables in a pan of water instead of running the water from the tap. Let's soak pots and pans instead of letting the water run to scrape them clean. Let's close the water when washing dishes. Let's close the water when brushing our teeth. Let's designate 1 cup for our drinking at home in order to cut down the number of cups to wash. At work, we have water bottles, we can do the same thing at home. Let's keep one water bottle at home and let's drink from there. Let's use the leftover warmth from cooked or steamed foods. When we steamed vegetables, let's not dump the water. We can drink it. It has all the proteins, all the vitamins already. Let's match the water level to the size of our load when doing laundry. Let's use cold water. Let's buy Energy Star washer if we need a new one. Let's reuse our towels when at home or when we go to a hotel, when we travel. We don't need to ask for new towels every day that we stay at a hotel. Let's use the cup when brushing our teeth, and let's again close the top. Let's not let the water running. Let's cut our showers by 5 minutes and make sure to plan our waters with a timed system. The benefits of conserving water are environmental. It preserves water, financially, lower utility bills, and sustainability. It ensures adequate water for future needs. Thank you for listening. I hope we all learned something from this little presentation. A little step makes a big difference. Thank you.